All right, we are going to learn about writing quadratic equations from standard form into vertex form. All right, as you might recall, standard form is y equals, or f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c. We want to translate this into vertex form, and vertex form is y equals, or f of x equals a times the quantity of x minus h squared plus k, where hk is our vertex. All right, so we're going to switch from standard form to vertex form. And we do this by completing the square. All right, so here we go. So what we're going to do is I like to give myself some room. So I will rewrite my equation when I get it. So y equals x squared minus 10x. I give myself some room and I put my plus 99 over here. All right, because I'm going to complete the square and fill in here, and I'll be filling in here too. So those two blank spaces is where we're going to fill in some information. All right, so completing the square. All right, we always have our terms in what we call descending order of powers. So x squared is first, the x term is next. We're going to leave a space, and then we're going to have our numerical term, and we're going to leave another space. So we're going to take our middle term, and it doesn't matter if it's a positive or negative middle term. You're going to take half of it, so you can ignore the sign. And the reason you can do that is because we're going to wind up squaring, and all numbers squared wind up positive anyway. So 10 divided by 2, and that gives us 5. We're going to take 5, and we're going to square it, and we're going to get 25. So we're going to add 25 here, just like we did for completing the square. But now we have an equation, an equal sign. So what we did is y was equal to x squared minus 10x plus 99, and it was balanced. We just added 25 more to the right-hand side. So what we do to keep the balance is instead of adding 25 to the left side, we just subtract 25 on the right side also. So if we're adding 25, we're going to subtract 25, which means we really added 0. All right, but this is going to help us to complete the square. So we're going to rewrite our equation here. So y equals x squared minus 10x plus 25. We're going to keep that together. And then we're going to take the 99 minus 25, and we're going to get 72. And I like to keep it a little separate. And the reason I like to keep it a little separate in my equation is because now I can take my trinomial that I completed right here, the x squared minus 10x plus 25, and I'm going to factor this. All right, and you're going to see a neat thing happen with the factorizations that we do with these, and then you'll be able to do this very quickly, and you'll see why it's called completing the square. All right, we're going to put our 25 on top. We're going to put our negative 10 on the bottom of our diamond. And to complete our diamond, we're going to get 5 and 5. They're both going to be negative, and we double check. Negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25. Negative 5 plus negative 5 is negative 10. So what we have is our factors here are y equals x minus 5, x minus 5. All right, so these are multiplied together. That's what this is now. And we still have plus 72. So now we can take this, since it's the same factor multiplied by itself, and we can rewrite it as y equals the quantity of x minus 5 squared plus 72. And you have rewritten it into vertex form. Y equals a times the quantity x minus h squared plus k. Now our h is 5 and our k is 72, and that's our vertex. We won't be graphing that because 72 is a nightmare to graph, but we can rewrite a standard equation into a vertex equation for quadratics. And that is how you do it. All right, let's take a look at another one. All right, because a few examples are good to go over. All right, so here's our next example. Y equals x squared plus 18x minus 2. So again, we're going to rewrite, and we're going to say, all right, y equals x squared plus 18x. We're going to save a space right after, minus 2, and a space right after. Okay, so now we're going to complete our square. So we're going to take our 18, divide by 2, and we're going to get 9. We're going to take our 9 and square it, and we're going to get 81. So we're going to add 81 here, but again, to keep the balance of the equation, we just added 81 to this side, so the scale is off. So we're going to take away 81 on that same side. All right, now I'm going to rewrite our equation again so we can see it without all this mess. So y equals x squared plus 18x plus 81. I'm going to keep that together, and I'm going to total up the -2 minus 81. So I have 2 negatives and 81 negatives. I have 83 negatives, so minus 83, and I keep it a little bit off to the side, all right, separate from my trinomial that I just created by completing the square. We're going to factor this. So on the side, our diamond, 81 in the top of our diamond, 18 in the bottom. Factors of 81 that can add to 18 are 9 and 9, both positive. So we wind up with y equals the quantity of x plus 9, the quantity of x plus 9, okay, minus 83. All right, so now we can rewrite our equation in vertex form. Any quantity times itself is the quantity squared, so y equals the quantity of x plus 9 squared minus 83. So we just wrote our quadratic equation in standard form into vertex form, and we can pull off of our vertex, negative 83. Okay, and we'll do one more. Again, we have to remember that y is also f of x, so f of x equals x squared plus 10x plus 33, so don't be thrown by that. All right, so when we're doing this one, remember f of x is just y. So y equals x squared plus 10x, we'll leave a space, plus 33, we leave a space. We start to complete our square. We take 10 and we divide it by 2 equals to 5. We take 5, we square it, we get 25. We're going to add 25 here, and we're going to subtract 25 after the 33. We're going to rewrite our equation so it's not so messy looking. So y equals x squared plus 10x plus 25. That's our trinomial from completing the square. And we're going to add 33 minus 25, and we're going to get 23 minus 25, 33. It's going to be 28? No, 8. So we should get plus 8. Okay? All right, so that's good. All right, now, let's just double check it if you're not sure, if you don't have a calculator. 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, we're good. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to factor it. Okay, y equals, all right, let's see if you can do it without the diamond. Okay, as you noticed on our last one, I'll just bring this back for a second. 81, 9 squared gave us the 81, and x squared gave us x. Right, so of course we know x is going to be here, and 25 will give us 5, right, because that's 5 times 5 is 25, and it's all plus and squared, and then plus 8. If you're not sure, use your diamond. Take this on the side. 25 times 1 is 25. 10 goes in the bottom. Factors of 25 that add to 10 are 5 and 5. Everything's positive. So y equals quantity of x plus 5, quantity of x plus 5, and then plus 8, because that's already been calculated. And then we take this and we combine into the quantity of x plus 5 squared plus 8. And again, we can pull off our vertex, which would be 5, the opposite of what we see, so negative 5, 8, okay? And that is how you convert a standard quadratic equation into a vertex form, which in some cases could be easier for some kids to graph. All right, and that's it.